With the pandemic in the rearview mirror, Air Canada is growing its fleet once again and doing its best to keep up with surging travel demand. Over the past year, the airline has added several brand new narrow bodies, but has also welcomed some new and pre-owned wide bodies into the fleet. In this video, we examine where Air Canada's fleet stands in 2023. We'll also examine what this fleet will look like in the years to come. At a glance, these are the types, variants and quantities of aircraft flying for Air Canada as of late June 2023, according to planespotters.net. From Airbus, there are 33 A220-300s, 2 A319-100s, 12 A320-200s, 15 A321-200s, and 18 A330-300s. From Boeing, we have 40 737 MAX 8s, 8 767-300s, 6 777-200 LRs, 19 777-300 ERs, 8 787-8s, and 30 787-9s. There are a few things to note about these numbers. First, you should know that these figures only cover the mainline Air Canada brand. Thus, it does not include the budget and leisure-focused subsidiary Air Canada Rouge, nor the private charter division known as Air Canada Jets. It also excludes aircraft flying under the Air Canada Express regional brand. What these numbers do include, however, are several dedicated freighters flying for Air Canada's cargo division. Indeed, many of the 767-300s listed have either been converted into freighters or are in the process of being converted. When it comes to recent departures, Air Canada said goodbye to 4 Airbus A320-200s. These didn't go too far, however, as they were moved over to Air Canada's private and special charter brand, Air Canada Jets. In case you didn't know, Jets is Air Canada's, quote, charter aviation service provider delivering superior business class service to satisfy the travel needs of professional sports teams, entertainment groups, and corporate clients. Thus, aircraft flying for this Jets brand will be configured with domestic business class recliners. For example, the Jets A320s are fitted with 66 business class seats. Other than the transfer of the 4 A320s, Air Canada appears to have held on to most of its existing fleet over the course of 2022. This, combined with a steady stream of new deliveries, has seen the airline fleet grow overall. Planespotters.net shows that since January 2022, the airline received the following aircraft: 9 737 MAX 8s, 6 A220-300s, 1 777-300 ER, 1 787-9, and 2 A330-300s. The airline also added 2 767-300 freighters in June 2022. These appear to have been ordered by China Central Longhao Airlines, but never taken up by the carrier. There are some interesting things to highlight about some of these recent deliveries. The single Boeing 787-9 was delivered brand new from Boeing in April 2023. The acceptance of this aircraft marked Air Canada's 38th 787 and 30th 787-9. More interestingly, the aircraft was the first 787 delivered to the airline since April 2019. Even more interesting was that the aircraft flew directly from Boeing facilities in Charleston to Birmingham in the United Kingdom. There, it spent about 2.5 weeks, presumably having its cabin fitted for passenger operations, although this could not be confirmed. As for the 2 A330-300s, these airframes are far from brand new. Both jets were delivered new to Singapore Airlines about 10 years ago and were retired between 2019 and 2020. After spending about 3 years in storage, they were taken by Air Canada, but have yet to regularly fly passenger services, at least at the time of this video's production. And finally, the 1 777-300 ER added in February 2023 isn't even new to Air Canada. The carrier took delivery of this airframe in March 2007, but appears to have withdrawn it from use in March 2020. Perhaps on paper, this aircraft was returned to its lessor and put in storage for 3 years, but it has since been reactivated for passenger operations with Air Canada. The carrier isn't done growing its aircraft collection just yet. Indeed, chaviation.com data indicates that Air Canada is expecting another 27 A220s to be delivered, as well as 30 A321XLRs and 2 more 787-9s. The A321XLRs were a significant announcement from the airline. As we reported in March 2022, the first aircraft from this order was scheduled to arrive at Air Canada in the first quarter of 2024, with the complete fleet of 26 arriving by early 2027. It looks like things have changed slightly, as the order number has risen by 4 airframes. The 2 787-9s yet to be delivered should arrive sometime this year or next year. On the cargo side, Air Canada is expecting to take 2 777 freighters. Announced in August 2022, these will be the airline's very first brand new purpose-built 777 freighters. Vice President of the Cargo Division at Air Canada, Jason Berry, discussed the company's decision to acquire the jets, saying at the time, "Today we announced a further expansion of our fleet with the acquisition of 2 factory-built Boeing 777 freighters to enter service in 2024. The investment in long-range wide-body freighters combined with our growing 767 freighter fleet and robust passenger network will allow us to continue to bring to life the most flexible and diverse cargo operation in the Americas." The airline executive labeled the deal as careful and targeted investments that were part of a key strategy to continue to strengthen and grow as, quote, North America's only combination carrier. This video comes at a precarious time where a major aircraft order could be announced between the time of production and the time of publication. Indeed, it was reported in May that Air Canada might be nearing a deal to purchase up to 20 Boeing 787 Dreamliners from Boeing. Speaking at the Q1 analysis call, the airline's CFO stated, "Overall, we continue to always hunt for lift, as we've said before in our process. When we see recovery and strong demand, we have the ability to go out and search for additional interim lift. And we're constantly in the market looking for lift, and we'll see our ability to bring that in and be able to line up with our network plans." With the possibility of this deal combined with future aircraft deliveries, it's clear that Air Canada is fairly pleased with the 787 Dreamliner. Indeed, the airline uses the 787-9 for some of its longest routes, alongside the 777-200LR, which is no longer being produced. Overall, it looks like Boeing is the plane maker of choice for next-generation widebodies. Thus, we can't really see the airline entertaining the possibility of an A350 or A330neo purchase anytime soon. One last thing that could be mentioned about the Air Canada fleet has to do with one of its A330-300s. On May 17th, the airline announced that it would fit one of its Airbus A330-300s with special diagnostic sensors as part of a partnership with a climate research organization. Among other things, the jet and its newly fitted sensors will measure greenhouse gases to understand climate change better. The Air Canada A330-300 joins 8 other aircraft as part of IAGOS, or In-Service Aircraft for a Global Operating System. This fleet of aircraft are all fitted with special sensors to measure air quality and composition. Among the airlines and aircraft flying with this program, we have an Air France A330-300, a Hawaiian Airlines A330-200, 2 China Airlines A330-300s, and 2 Lufthansa A340-300s. The Air Canada jet, registered Charlie Golf Echo Foxtrot Alpha, has undoubtedly been busy picking up air quality data connected to the wildfires that have plagued much of Canada in recent months. So that's Air Canada's mainline fleet as it stands in June 2023. Have you flown with this airline before? If so, which aircraft? Share your thoughts and experiences by leaving a comment. Simple Flying publishes over 150 articles every week. If you're looking for the latest aviation news and insights, visit simpleflying.com.